Hello. This is an overview of how to use Realphones. So, you've downloaded, activated, and have chosen your phones on the website's online customer area. Now choose your phones here. If you buy the light version of the plugin, you have two options here: generic closed and open headphones. It is just an averaged curves for open and closed type headphones. The professional version gives you averaged curves for 3 specific models of headphones. After the purchase, you can choose up to 3 standard correction profiles. Also, you can use a recalibrate correction profile for matching with third-party headphones correction software. The ultimate version of the plugin gives you an opportunity to use unlimited calibration profiles for all supported models. And there is a custom correction profile generated for your unique pair of headphones, based on measurements performed by our technical team. Custom calibration gives you the best veracity for your sound monitoring. Realphones focus primarily on switching between different options of sound. Now we will tell you how to use the rest of the settings to customize Realphones to your taste. This is a headphone correction area. The correction slider controls the degree of the frequency response correction applied to your headphones. 100% represents full matching to the measured values. However, 75% is the default recommended value that can be adjusted depending on your personal perception. We do not recommend reducing it below 50% because you may start losing precise control over your mix on some frequencies. Presence controls sharp variations of frequency response correction and slight attenuation in the low and mid frequencies. Find a setting with the most detailed sound and minimum resonances. 0% provides softer sound, but less accurate. Pressure corrects frequency balance depending on the wear of your headphones, earpads, and their pressing to your head. The problem with headphones is that the left ear hears only the left channel, and right. Enabling binaural sound source positioning allows the left and right channels to cross, and we can hear a sound as we hear it in real life. Each speaker is heard by both ears. Angle represents width of the virtual monitor speaker placement and is achieved by binaural positioning. The default setting of 60 degrees corresponds to the internationally acknowledged monitor speaker's placement for professional studios. We recommend keeping it at the default. However, it can be adjusted within a range of 60 degrees to 90 degrees to suit individual comfort, with a slight impact on the mix. HRTF, or head-related transfer function. It's a complicated thing about how an ear receives a sound. And it is individual. Just look for a natural timbral and spatial feeling of middle and high frequencies. This section is a binaural room simulation. It allows you to estimate your mix in the selected sound environment with dedicated speaker setup. You can choose studio speakers and adjust the ambience parameter, which provides control over the amount of sonic reflections typical for the selected studio control room. All represented options are based on acoustic measurements taken in actual studios by dSONIQ specialists. There are currently 3 speaker options available: near, mid, far, full-featured representation of actual studio monitoring systems, measured in the control room. Note that room speakers should be set in the speaker selection list, to represent the frequency response of the loudspeakers originally installed in the simulated environment. This is Speaker Section. Speaker Simulation is a module that emulates frequency response of typical studio and consumer speaker systems. The response parameter is the amount of loudspeakers frequency response you want to apply. Setting it to 0% will lead to flat on-axis frequency response without taking into consideration the selected speaker's characteristics, while 100% will adapt it to the frequency response of the selected speaker system. As we said, room speakers corresponds to the exact reproduction of frequency responses captured from the speaker systems used in the selected room. In the default preset we use subwoofer boost, low frequency boost that is typical of systems with powerful subwoofers. Usually, what you miss when mixing in headphones is air moving, kinda sub effect. We tried to get a balanced studio sound by adding a sub. Hi-Fi provides more fidelity in low and high frequency ranges along with the relaxing of hearing. It is used to highlight the elements that are inconspicuous with linear frequency response, and helps to identify an excess or lack of low and high frequencies in the mix, as well as to assess how your mix would sound on hi-fi home appliances. Japanese 7-inch Classic, the frequency response of the legendary Japanese near-field monitors with white woofers, which could be found in almost every recording studio in the 80s and 90s. They have a rise in the mid-frequencies that reveals important details of the mix in this range. American 4.25-inch cubes, the frequency response of American single-band compact monitors in a closed cubic package. They were very popular in the 70s and 80s. Designed to test how the mix would sound on real equipment, with huge limitations on the frequency response. Density is a simulation of low-frequency body vibration, which is missing during headphones reproduction. Adjust density when you want to feel a more punchy sound. It's a knob that gives us that feeling in the chest when we listen to big speakers. The warmth parameter controls the tonal variations in speaker sound that occurs due to the impact of room reflections. In real room conditions, the frequency balance of speaker systems shifts towards the low and medium range, and high frequencies decrease. This occurs in all rooms and is perceived by the ear as a natural effect applied on the sound, which subjectively makes it warmer, softer and deeper. Setting warmth to 100% will correspond to the actual measured impact of room reflections, while 0% will eliminate it, leading to flat frequency response. Tone is a 3-band equalizer that allows for fine-tuning of the tonal balance. You don't need third-party plugins to check mid, side, or low mid and high frequencies. Just use the monitoring section. It allows you to check your mix more carefully. Mid, side, left, right channel, Flip phase on the right channel. Listen to side and mono. Or to physical mono, which is a bit different from just mono. Swap right and left channels. 3 filters: lows, mids, highs. You can combine these buttons. Allows for either solo or mute frequency range areas. Output control section. As Realphones increases peak signal levels, we've added a limiter for safety. But it would be better for you if it won't clip. Use this button to get down your levels. Just click here when you see red numbers on the peak level indicator, and the plugin will automatically lower the clip level. If it clips for 1 dB, it will reduce the volume for 1 dB. High quality enables or disables high quality mode. Enabled by default. In the off state, the CPU load decreases. This is achieved by calculating the shorter tail of the ambience reverb and is almost imperceptible to the ear in most situations. You can turn this mode on or off if necessary. You can find it in the service menu. Output regulates the output level of the signal. Snapshots provides access to sets of snapshots. Each consists of 9 reassignable buttons, where you can save your most frequently used settings for one-click access. You can check an overview video to explore factory sets of snapshots. Lock parameters allows you to mark blocks of parameters in the plugin that will not change when switching snapshots. You can set different lock parameters for different sets of snapshots. Lock applies specifically to sets. This rule applies only to loading. When saving snapshots, all parameters will be saved, regardless of whether lock parameters is located anywhere or not. New set. Creating a new set of snapshots. You can add a variety of custom sets to work comfortably with different headphones. Delete set. Deleting sets. Deleting all sets will reset factory sets of snapshots. Clear set. Deleting all snapshots from the set. Rename set. Renaming set. Restore factory. Restoring default sets. You can create an empty set and apply restore factory to it. Thus, the new set will automatically be filled with pre-installed snapshots from the Mix, Produce, Mix Check, or Relax groups. Import set. Importing the whole new set. Export set. Exporting your set. Using import and export set, you can easily exchange presets with each other. To assign the current state to the snapshot button, right-click on the desired button, and select the Take Snapshot option. Your current settings will be saved for future quick access. To clean up your snapshot settings, select the Clear Snapshot option. You can assign and recall any of the 9 available snapshots. Presets are used to save and restore certain states of Realphones. The default Full Reset preset resets all Realphones settings related to signal processing, change the monitor and output sections, unlike other presets. Realphones 1.6 is primarily focused on the use of snapshots, but you can use presets in those situations when it is convenient for you. The Bypass Processing button is used to bypass the main correction and simulation process. It does not bypass monitoring control or the output module. Also, you can bypass each module individually. In the service menu you can get access to the Realphones user guide. Display information about your license. Enabled correction profiles and your hardware identification number. Resize Realphones window. Enables or disables the balance controller, which changes the balance between the left and right channel levels. Turn on or off high quality mode and watch a notification tab that appears in case something requires your attention. This is Realphones 1.6. Download free 41-day trial and take your mixes to the next level. Thank you for watching.